That seems okay. Globally in 2019 due to the frequent. Let us start with according to the global climate risk one possibility. That means what is the first one here? What is the second one? According to what? The Global Climate Risk Index Report 2021. India ranks. That seems okay. So what is the answer based on that? Third option. Easy or difficult? Underline the seventh. Tell me why should you underline? First, second, third, they are ordinal numbers or not? Before ordinal numbers, we should use the definite article the. That you have to recollect. Worst hit, let us see anything else. Other words are easy words, I suppose. Shall we go to the next question? Can you start with has set? Can you start with the Union Minister for Finance? Seems okay. Can you start with of the new? To fix all. Plaguing. Underline the word plaguing. How many options with B? 3 options. Let us try the first one. Union Minister for Finance and Corporate Affairs, Nirmala Sitharaman, has set a September 15 deadline for the software major Infosys. Deadline for what? To fix all the glitches. So that means B, A, D. How many options with bad? Which one is that? Have you got it? But underline 2 words. First one, glitches. Second one, plaguing. Write the meaning of glitch. Glitch means temporary problem. Usually, brackets write technical. We say technical glitch means what? A minor problem, temporary problem. I'm sure all of you know this. Glitch. And what is the other word? Plaguing. But write 5 terms, 5 diseases. First you write the plague, then the flu, the measles, the mumps. Yes, someone has said that. And what is the last one? The rickets. All these diseases, before these diseases, we should use a definite article, the. In the past, they gave many a time, first one. What is the first one here? The plague. Of late, put a star mark, the measles. But you have to remember all. Have you copied? But here, it has been used in the sense of disease or some other meaning. What is the other meaning? Write this expression, plagued with problems. What do you understand? Plagued with problems. What do you understand? Full of problems, surrounded by problems. Plaguing means making someone suffer. Have you got the second meaning? Plagued with problems means full of, they have to face a lot of problems. Let us go to the next one. Can you start with learners capable of adapting, thriving as artificial intelligence? Seems right. Hold that one. Challenge lies? No. That goes. How many options with C? Oh, your bad luck. Let us try the first one. As artificial intelligence reshapes education, I think immediately you can go to the next one. What is the next one here? The challenge lies in building a culture of self-learning, one that goes beyond classrooms to create lifelong learners capable of adapting, innovating, and thriving in a rapidly changing world. Seems right or wrong? So what is the answer based on that? Which option says C, D, E? Third one, easy or difficult? Underline life, self-learning one. Any other word? Innovative, thriving, underline the word thriving. Write one combination I have given many a time. Thriving business means what? Positive or negative? Doing well. Someone does business well, what do you say? Thriving business, an important word. Any other word you have to learn? Underline lifelong. Have you heard of this concept? You may get as a passage. Write this expression. Lifelong learners. Have you heard of this? Today, if you go to the corporate world, they talk about this, lifelong learning. Once the concept was learn for some time, then you forget about learning. But today it is because of the changing times, because you are bombarded with information every day, so much information, you cannot relax. You have to do something like keep on learning. Tomorrow you get the job. Can you stop learning? You have to learn, but that goes with workplace learning. So lifelong learners, lifelong learning. And many companies have started courses also for the employees with the belief, this particular philosophy. What is it? Lifelong learning. Next one. I've told you guys many a time, we have two types of learners. Please write. This you, good, please write. Active learners, passive. Please write. Active learners, passive learners. What is the difference between the two? Active learners, proactive. They listen attentively, they maintain eye contact, they respond, and they ask questions. They are active in the real sense. Passive learners, they do listen, but not throughout the session. They get disconnected, they feel shy to ask, or sometimes they get lost in the thoughts. Which one is more important, active learning or passive learning? Okay. Shall we go to the next one? This is a little tricky. Can we start with the first one? You may not consider, but you may consider the second one. What is the second one? When he qualified. Otherwise, let us try with the first one. The perception of others, particularly members of his family, changed when he qualified for a government job. Seems everything in place or not? That means what is the first one? How many options with A? What is the second one? The perception of others, particularly members of his family. There's a pair here. A, C, D, how many options? Answer is second option. Is that the last question? I don't know whether you're happy with this approach or not. Usually how educators tell when it comes to scrambled sentences, they ask you to find out the pairs. What is the quite obvious pair here? Please respond. Members of his family. Members of his family seems perfect. Anyone can make out. That means you have to check how many options with C, D in that order. How many options? 3 options are there. Then also you have to read or you cannot read. You don't have to read. Again you have to read. So that is like it may work, may not work. Imagine only one option, you are lucky. Only one option with C, D, then what is the answer? That particular option. But imagine 3 options. Can you answer based on that? Ultimately what matters, when you read the parts, you should be able to decide what falls in place. And that you can decide if you, based on your reading habit, exposure to the context, to the language. This is the best approach. Looking at the 4 parts, thinking what could be the first one, second one, third one. But if you depend on something like pairs or grammar knowledge, it may not. But when you have to read, how many options you have to work on here? That is sheer waste of time, and you can't be sure because you're not using your brain, you're using your options. You're depending on your brain or on the options. Which one do you have to depend on? Obviously. I hope you guys got it. Shortcuts will never work in the long run, do remember. They sound very good. Educators come and say, okay, what is this one? A positive. I also say no, 4 positive words, 1 negative word. Answer is, but will you get something out of it? Nothing. Shall we go to this one? That set is over. What are these about? Oh, grammatical errors. About 1 lakh years ago, anything wrong? You have to respond. Nothing wrong. The Sahara, underline, put a star mark. Tell me why. Before a desert, we have to use a definite article, the. Was cooler, underline cooler. Cooler compared to a positive. Then will you say, because conjunction and is there, will you say wet or wetter? I think we have got this sentence somewhere. Sounds familiar, looks familiar. Have you got this? Okay, so where is the error? Have you, please underline Swiss Army knife. How many of you know about this? Raise your hands. Oh, a few. Defense people should know. Swiss Army knife, very popular in Western countries. And it's a small one, this much size. Okay. And Westerners, they use when they go camping, when they go trekking, they use this one. Now we get in our country also. It is like, look at the sentence. The Swiss Army knife allows one to carry around a variety of different what? Blades for specific uses. In that you have different, you have scissors, you have blades, you have so many things. Have you ever seen that? That is called Swiss Army knife. Anything wrong with the Swiss Army knife? It's a fact. Fact which tense do you use? Present tense. Allows, knife singular or plural? Allows one to carry around a variety of different blades for specific uses. How many of you have chosen no error? That's wonderful. Nothing wrong with the sentence. Sentence is grammatically, contextually perfect. Answer is the 5th option. Technology innovations, do I have to go beyond that? When you say technology innovations or technological innovations? Please change that word. The very first word is not correct. Technological innovations, like the needle, enabled modern humans to master what? Arctic environments for the first time. Needle and Arctic environment, we don't know. But Arctic is North Pole or South Pole? You have to respond. I know what the answer is. North Pole. And you come across a particular tribe over there, please write. Because they have given a few times questions based on these people. Who are these people? Eskimos, basically tribal people. And they gave in different competitive exams. So what is the word for house of Eskimos? Write the word igloo. These 2 words you have to know, then it's okay. And one more thing, today if you go in our city, Hyderabad, you come across a particular dog breed. Have you heard of this any time? Husky. It is a dog used by Eskimos. Eskimos use huskies for hunting purpose. They would in the past, now we don't know. But now you get in Hyderabad also huskies. Have you ever seen? How does it look? It looks like a wolf. How does it look? Like a wolf. And a very dangerous breed also. Shall we go to the next one? Driven largely by poverty and the hope of a better life, a great mass of humanity flooded into the US or flooded into the US. Here you need the verb in present or past. Already over. I don't know how many of you know. Please write this. Red Indians. Have you heard of Red Indians? Not a good question to ask, but respond. How many of you know about Red Indians? A few. Okay. If you take North American continent, North America, South America or Latin America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia, and South Pole, Antarctica, 7 continents. But North American continent, how many countries are there? 3 countries. What are they? Canada, USA, and Mexico. The North American continent originally belonged to Red Indians. They are the original inhabitants of the continent. And what is the word for original inhabitants? We have got many a time. Write the word indigenous. Indigenous people. Indigenous people, Red Indians. And if you go to Australia, Australia also does not belong to the paradoxical situation here. Today, if you follow what is happening in the US and Canada, they are telling no to Indians. Are you aware of that? They are saying Indians go back, this is our land, you are taking our jobs. But it is not their land. Whose land is it? Red Indians' land. Australia, yesterday, there was a protest. They are saying Indians go back. It does not belong to white people. They are all descendants of Captain Cook. And Australia, I know, I have friends in Australia. Australians are basically the descendants of criminals. In the UK, what happened at one stage, criminals, where do you keep criminals? Jails, prisons. In the UK, prisons were overcrowded. They did not have the place to keep the criminals. They took a ship and they asked Captain Cook, take all these criminals and go to, at that time, Australia not inhabited by modern people. And all those criminals went to Australia. Today you have in Australia the descendants of criminals. And my friends tell me, they joke it seems, when they try to tease Indians, Indians say, don't tell us you're all descendants of criminals. You don't have the right to talk. Have you got it? They also admit. You all know I was in the US, May, June, and I visited a particular family. A girl, they do part-time jobs. She was doing babysitting. She took us to that particular family, and she was telling the kids over there, these are from India. And she immediately said, not Red Indians, not those, these Indians are different Indians. And their kids knew. They said, oh, pickles and all that country. Okay. Then she was telling, Red Indians, actually this land does not belong to us, it belongs to Red Indians. Some Americans know that, they also accept. Today the US, all of you write this expression, I don't know how many of you know. Please write melting pot. The other name for the US is known as the melting pot. Melting pot means anyone from any country can go to the US, become part of the US. US is known for that. And all these people, white people in the US, not original inhabitants. Land belongs to Red Indians. But today they are telling, you are from outside, leave. They are also from outside. Where are they from? From where? Europe. And many of them Germans, English people. And in the US you have colonies. I visited, there's one particular state, one of the northern states, and they have colonies like Italian colony, British colony, German colony. They're all from Europe. Anyhow, flood or flooded? Flooded. What is the word for original inhabitants of Australia? Write the word aboriginals. Indigenous people, you can also use the word aboriginals. This has been given a few times. Have you copied? Aboriginals means original inhabitants of a particular place, especially Australia. You got the answer? Shall we go to the next one? Europe's, what are these about? Same set or different set? Word swap. Europe's premier club, underline the word premier, means the top one. You all know that word, premier. Club football tournament renamed or organized by? Organized by whom? UEFA was what? Renamed. That means which two letters you have to change? Which option is that? Have you chosen that? Was organized and was renamed. Organized by someone and was renamed something. They're all crazy about football. Is football popular in our country? What is the other word for football? No, soccer. You all know that? Good. Subtle differences are there. Despite growing global environment or global interdependence, I hope the font is missing. Despite growing global interdependence on many issues, the environment and health, national interests were not narrowly interpreted. That means how many words you can change here? A and B. Which option is that? This is also an easy one. The decision of Russia and the US to cease arming. Cease arming, let us look at other words. Can you use marked? No. Contestants? No. Waged? No. Arming and supplying opposing marked or opposing contestants in the Afghan civil wars marked the end of, that seems right, marked the end of an indirect conflict that had been waged for quite some time. So which two words you have to change? Which option is that? How do you guys decide? Tell me. Am I using grammar, contextual awareness? You feel okay, this is a pair. That's good. You're on track. The political independence, same set or changed? Same set? Okay. The political independence of the once Western dominated globe represents a or an rapidly change. Can you say rapidly change? So what is it? Enormous change, one that occurred much more rapidly than was expected. That seems perfect. So which two? Which option is that? These are all silly questions. What is the spelling of quarter? But one question is a good question. These are all about misspelled or inappropriate. Right or wrong? Do I have to write the spelling? No, don't do that, sir. Unraveling, underline. Pray, underline. Praying, one of the meanings, getting disturbed, getting troubled. He has been prayed. In a way, he has been troubled. And unravel means open up, become public, unveil. But unravel goes with a different context. Unraveling means making something open to public. Have you got the meaning? Next one, this is like, okay. I'm sure you got it right. Anything wrong with cosmetic? Resultant? Cartilage? Perhaps you may not be sure, but what is the last word? Skeleton, T-I-N or T-O-N? This is a good question. Put a star mark, question number 15. But what is the right word over there? D-E or D-A-R? Make the correction. Because it talks about events. Spelling should be calendar. This has been given many a time. Right? Calendar. Calendar means a rolling machine used for pressing, used to press paper or cloth. Industries, if you go to some company, you may come across huge rollers and they used to press what? Paper or cloth. For that we use the word calendar. What is the spelling? D-E-R. A rolling thing. Are you guys aware of this? You know? Okay. Regular calendar you know. Shall we go to the next one? Underline the word concert. What is the meaning of concert? Please write. Musical program. Vocal or instrumental. Any musical program, vocal or instrumental, we use the word concert. Concerts are not popular in our country. Western countries, concerts are very popular. A rock concert, rock music, pop music, they go crazy and they spend a lot of money. Shall we go to the next one? A second characteristic that distinguishes market in which valuation is difficult is a heightened Salience or product category. Any problem with any word? Characteristic, right or wrong? Valuation, heightened, and category. So what is the answer? All correct. Have you read this passage? Short or lengthy? Easy or difficult? It starts with a nice quote. Underline. How does it start? You are what you eat. The other day also we got one nice passage. Time management, clubbing 2-3 activities. Remember? This is also quite interesting. But this is all about what? Write this word. Adulteration. Adulterate, verb form. Write that also. Adulterate means what? To make impure. To make something impure. They add water to milk. What is that called? Adulteration. They add stones to rice. What is that called? Adulteration. They mix sawdust something in something. That is also adulteration. You all know this word. And today the passage talks about adulteration. That's a major problem. Oil, they mix something. And how to deal with this problem of adulteration. A bit of physics has been touched, and one particular scientist who got Nobel Prize, mentioned in the passage. Who is that? Raman, Sir C.V. Raman. Raman spectroscopy, and the solution. It talks about the solution. I think almost all the questions are easy. Let us see. According to the passage, why is it becoming increasingly important to know exactly what one eats? Because people are more concerned about taste preferences. That doesn't matter. Since the choices of food can alter human biology and maintain a healthy diet, obviously. So what is the answer? Can alter human biology. You eat all roadside stuff. Today what surprises educated people, roadside, next to the drainage, people sell pani puri. How people go and eat? Crazy. They're crazy about pani puri. But hygienic, not hygienic. And where is it? Next to open drainage. They're least bothered. Disgusting. What is the word you can use? Disgusting. Once I saw one fellow, he was selling, in summer we get palm fruit, they're called ice fruits, I think. Have you heard of that? In Telugu, what do you say? Tati munjalu. There was, next to him there was cow dung. What is the meaning of cow dung? Pada. So much. He was selling there, it was stinging, others were going and buying. Least bothered. That is really disgusting. Anyhow, we can't question. You got the answer? What major challenges is highlighted? What major challenge is highlighted as a growing threat to future food safety? What is the problem here? Is it excessive consumption? No. Food fraud arising from a complex and highly demanding food industry? Talks about the same thing. So what is the answer here? It seems in Hyderabad, the other day I read an article. Roadside tea shops you come across. And if you go to those who deal with timber depot, you know, they cut the wood, tree trunks, they saw, and they get dust. They get what? Sawdust. They are selling that sawdust as tea powder, and roadside tea shops, they're using that sawdust, mixing with tea powder. They're selling, people are very happy to have that. Shall we go to the next one? What is this question? Why does the passage emphasize Raman spectroscopy in particular? Since there have been significant technological advancements in this field, mentioned, not mentioned. So what is the answer based on that? The very first option. Do we have to go to other options? Which factor is predicted to intensify the importance of food authentication systems by 2050? This is a bit difficult. Which factor is predicted to intensify the importance of food authentication systems by 2050? By 2050 talks about how many years from now? 25 years, a long way to go. Can you say the likely decline in global literacy rates due to automation? No way related. A drastic shift back towards traditional farming practices. No way related. The reduced popularity of imported food items among consumers. No way related. The expansion of the human population and climate related changes. So what is the answer here? The numbers are increasing, especially third world countries. India has a dubious distinction of first position or second position, population. Once it was China, now I'm not quite sure. India or China, number one? India is the number one. Number one country with maximum number of people. Which country? India. And another dubious distinction. When it comes to obesity, obesity. China is number one, India is number two. Shocking, not shocking? Anyhow, we'll go to the next one. What does the passage suggest about compact portable spectrometers? Portable means easy to carry or difficult to carry. They are currently too costly for widespread adoption. They will allow consumers themselves to analyze food authenticity. Mention, not mention. So what is the answer based on that? According to the passage, what consequence does the growing complexity of food networks bring? Consequence, that is a key word. It reduces the availability of essential resources such as water? No. It makes international food trade significantly less profitable. It opens pathways for economic exploitation and food fraud. The passage is about that. Consequence. Have you got it? Next one. Over or same? The word meteoric can best be replaced with which one? First of all, write the word meteor. Then you write the word meteorite. Write the word asteroid. There are more words, but I will not give because you may think, is this English class or astrophysics, astronomy class? Broadly speaking, if you take our solar system, we have two groups. What are the two groups? Inner planets, outer planets. Between inner planets, outer planets, we have lumps of rocks. And these are known as asteroids. And sometimes they enter Earth's atmosphere. Because of friction, they burn. If they burn, we use the term meteor. If they don't burn completely, they reach the Earth's surface, then we use the term meteorite. You guys know that? And what is the word used here? Related to that or not related? So meteoric means going up within no time, rising quickly. And what is can you use a word like gradual, slow, ordinary, declining? So what is the answer? Have you guys got it? Very good. Authenticity. Authentic means what? Correct, precise. Someone tells you something, you ask the question, is it authentic information? Means correct information. They want same or opposite. You need a positive word or negative word. What is the first one? Negative word, hold that one. Can you say verification, originality, legitimacy, reality? So what is the answer? Word pivotal, we have got many a time. Important, crucial. They want same or opposite. Can you say minor? Trivial. Trivial, what is the other word? Silly, not important. Crucial, optional, negligible. So what is the answer? Pivotal means what? Crucial. Have you chosen that? Oh, we have the last 5 closed test. India's tourism sector, a major boost. Entered, admitted, received, took, ratified. Received something. Ratify means whenever there is a conference, different countries participate, they come to consensus, they all sign the draft or the agreement, then we say it has been ratified. You know that word? Good. What is the next one? The Ministry of Tourism sanctioned 40 projects worth rupees 3,295.76 crore to do what? Underline the word iconic. Can you say to evolve, to grow, to cultivate, to deploy. What is the last one? Tourism development. Typical combination. Easy or difficult this one? What is the meaning of iconic tourist centers? Write a few words. I'm sure all of you know. Icon. Two meanings. Like a logo, you can use that word. But it also means, write this, role model. What is the other word you have to think of? Idol. He is my role model, he is my idol. Iconic figure, iconic personality. All positive words. Have you copied? Okay. Iconic tourist centers. Let us go to the next one. Where is this 28? These projects are fully funded by the central government and aim to, positive word or negative word? Enhance, perfect, upgrade, magnify, enforce. What do you have after aim to? The end-to-end tourist experience. Underline the word experience. Experience, tangible, intangible. Tangible means what? Concrete. Concrete means what? Tangible. Something you can see or touch. What is the opposite of concrete? Abstract. Abstract means what? Intangible. Then can you use enhance? Can you say perfect? Upgrade. Upgrade goes with infrastructure. We are talking about infrastructure, tangible, but experience is intangible. Can you use magnify? Can you use enforce? So what is the answer? Enhance your experience. Have you chosen that word? Very good. Next one is what? 29. Where does it start? SASCI forms part of a broader government initiative to stimulate economic growth across capital expenditure over, from, through. They are trying to do something. Ask the question, how? Through something. So what is the right word here? Through capital expenditure. Have you chosen that word? Next one. The same thing, SASCI covers multiple zones, sectors, regions, sections, wards. All can be considered. But when you talk about tourism industry, it is also known as hospitality industry. Sectors we use. What is the word we use? Different sectors of tourism industry. So what is the answer here? Have you chosen that?